Hello everyone, I am on the garage deck today. It is absolutely beautiful. It is 60 degrees right now. I don't know what the temperature is for the rest of the week because I refuse to look and get disappointed because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be this warm. But I am out here because I finally got my final, I'm pretty sure because I'm running out of room, my final loads of pots for this deck. Now, if you weren't here last year, we basically had a deck on top of our garage that was wooden and rotting. So we never used it for the first 5 years that we lived here. Last year, we got it redone, and now we can finally use it, which of course means I'm going to be putting some plants out here. I will link down below the summary of this whole deck building process and a little bit of the differences between here and my rooftop decks. So nothing has been planted here yet. I am hoping to start maybe next month, but I am going to try to take it slow because I don't want to overwhelm myself and I want to make sure I'm making the best choices. So what I'm going to do today is I will go over the newest loads of pots that I have. I will quickly go over the pots that I've had. I know I've done a tour before, but I'll touch on that and I will link everything down below, and then we'll get things moved into where I think they're going to be. I am so excited to have this finally set up. We haven't used it last year because it got finished in November. So this is really the first time I'm going to be able to be out here. So in this last batch of pots, I got 2 of everything that I'm going to show you. One of the differences between this deck and my rooftop decks is I'm going for more of a modern feel, I guess, especially with, we have a lot of black here with the pergola. I think it just makes more sense. So I'm going with either black containers, which most of them are, except for the ones I'm about to show you, and then these stone-colored ones, because I thought this would work well with our tile, since our tile is like a creamy white color. Now, everything I'm going to show you first is from Crescent Garden, and they sent me these. I did not pay for these. They sent me these because I'm going to, again, be shooting some content for their social media, which is exciting, but I always want to put out a realistic idea of gardening, at least for me. I know that for me, if I was not partnering with container companies, I would not be building my deck this fast, my deck garden. Like, I would not be able to spend all the money to put all the containers in the first year. It would be a much slower process. So I am very grateful. I will say though, I think of the planters I have up here, these are the lowest cost ones. So I'm going to go over these 2 different types first, then I'll show you the other ones, because these are just regular planters. Drainage hole, super lightweight before you put the soil in it. This one is shaped more like a traditional terracotta pot. Again, 3 drainage holes there in the bottom. This one here is the agave planter. I went with a 21-inch diameter. I think most of these, there are a range of diameters that you can get. So this is closer to the largest end, but again, it's only like 5 pounds, so I can easily get it up here before I plant it up, which is very important when you're not gardening on the ground. And then this is the Brunello planter. It is 20 inches in diameter, so it is just slightly smaller, but not by much at all. And then the color that I got these in was parchment. Now I have a whole page here of a Google Doc of all of the information on every single container out here because I was trying to calculate the amount of potting mix I'm going to need, which is a lot. Well, not a lot compared to I think what a lot of people do, but a lot for me at one time in the garden. So these, well, the agave planter is a 17-gallon soil capacity. This one is 11 gallons. So it is, I guess, a 6-gallon difference between these 2. But I think these are going to look really pretty. My plan is to do my mini fruit orchard in here. So I have right now 2 columnar apple trees, 1 mini peach tree, and then 1 Chicago hardy fig. And I thought, because again, I have 2 of each of these, I think the apples will probably go in these 2, and then maybe the other 2 in this pot. I'm not sure yet, but I am going to be planting those this spring. I got them last spring. They lived in their nursery containers all of last year, so I think they will be happy to get potted up. The other 2 planters I got are self-watering, and I am very excited for that. Right now there is no irrigation set up here because I want to get the containers in place first, but these say that they can potentially water your plants for 6 weeks before you need to refill them, which would be fantastic. I also have a couple other self-watering containers I'm going to put out here as well that I'll show you, but I'm trying to be more low maintenance this year, so things like this will be very helpful. Now this one here is the 22-inch rim planter. This is the cup True Drop tall planter, both in caviar black, which matches everything else that I'm working with really well. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to put in these. Well, so here's how these work. All of the containers that I have out here can be left out over winter, which is also fantastic because I don't feel like having to move anything down to the garage, even though we are much closer to the garage now. But they can't hold water in them. So I don't know. I mean, I could do a perennial and just tip the water out and then keep it out here, or I could just do annual. So these, I do not know what I'm going to plant in them, and I'm also not sure exactly where they're going to go yet. But these are still light-ish weight, like I carried these out here, but they're definitely heavier compared to the non-true drop self-watering containers. This one here is 10 gallons, this one here is 18 gallons, and then in this Ziploc bag are all of the pieces that I need to put in it to turn it into the self-watering planter. I'm not going to do that until I'm ready to actually pot these up, but essentially, let me see if I can show you. If you can see that little indentation and circle, that is where the water drains out if it goes over the maximum amount of water in here. So if you fill it too much, it'll flow out. If it rains after you've watered it, it'll flow out. So for this, if you're going to have it outside, you want to leave that open. But these can be used for houseplants, which I don't think I have any pots this big. I don't think I'm ever going to need them, so these are definitely going to be garden containers for me, but they do come with, in that bag I just threw down at the bottom, they do come with plugs in case you do want to use these indoors. I will go through the setup process, which seems very easy based on the videos I watched, once we get these planted up. But today is all about getting things potentially in their spot for this season. So I'm just going to wander around and set things down, and once I'm happy with them, I will take you on a little tour. Right now the sun is coming from behind the camera, so this is where I'm going to get more full sun. There's a little bit of shade cast over there, so I think I'm going to put my mini orchard over here outside of the trellis. Now I did also get saucers for these, but I think I'm going to put everything on wheels out here, but I'll put the saucers under it for now. All right, so I have all the pots in a place. I think it'll be close to where their permanent place is going to be, but again, with putting things on wheels, I can move them around as much as I want. But here's what I'm thinking. I do have at least a question or two to see what you guys think is best, but let me now take you around and show you what I think will be very close to the final setup for this container garden. Under that arch is where you would enter into the deck. So I have there 2 Viridec planters and then a Gardener Supply Titan arch. These I did all purchase myself. I found the arch first and then looked for planters that the arch could fit into. I think the plan for this is hopefully going to be 2 climbing roses, but this is definitely going in that spot. There really isn't another place I want the arch other than the entryway, and you can see those are already placed on wheels. Coming around here, there is our grill that we think wasps might have built a nest in, so we have to figure that out. And then this is 2 of the True Drop planters from Crescent Garden, and then 2 of the aquapots, which are also self-watering aquapots from Proven Winners. And I right now have trellises in them. I don't 100% know if this is going to work that way, but I think I would love to have some sort of floral wall. So you look at the side of the pergola and then there's just a wall of climbing flowers. I'm thinking coconut appeal, some bergia in here, and I think that would be really pretty. And then none of these would have to be hooked up to irrigation because they are all self-watering. I think the True Drop planters, the circular ones on the end, do hold a little bit more water than the 2 in the middle. The 2 in the middle were on my rooftop deck, which is 100% full sun all day. You can see there's a little bit of shade here. So I'm thinking when the two proven winners were on my rooftop deck, and it was the heat of the season, I had to water once a week. Again, these say once every 6 weeks, so I'm excited to see how long I can go between watering with each of these. The couch and coffee table are there. There will be a dining room table here at some point, and then this is the back border. I have on the far right corner a planter that I got for free from Drawnis, aka Grandma's Gardener. He was giving it away. It was teal. I spray painted it black. Some teal is showing through, so I do have to give that another coat. Then I have two here from Edgerite. These were gifted to me in return for creating marketing content for them, so I did not pay for these. These are probably the most expensive ones. They are definitely the heaviest, which is why I have them on wheels. Then I have two of the True Drop cup tall planters. So originally, that center space I had empty. There's a plug there in case we have a TV. I don't think we're planning to put a TV out here anytime soon. And I wouldn't want to put something in here that would be tall and block the TV. Maybe two hydrangeas? I'm not sure, but let me know your thoughts on order of the pots. So even though there's definitely still open space, again, I have to save room for a table and people and a grill. So I do think this is going to have to be my stopping point. Whether I listen to myself or not, that's another question. But let me know, one, what you think I should put in the True Drop planters, because I really have no idea. Annuals, perennials, I don't know. Let me know what you think. And then let me know what you think about the ordering of the containers on the back border. That is everything I had to do today. I'm obviously going to stay outside because it's so nice, but I can't wait to start planting. I'm so excited. So I think the color scheme here is going to be more whites and brighter colors so that they really pop out from the black containers, the black background. So yeah, I just have a lot of planning to do, and I'm so excited to get started on this. It is still March. I probably won't start planting until maybe April. We'll see if the weather cooperates or not. But that is everything for this video. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.